Eva,
Happening. I just wanted to sit with you for a little. So I have some here staying as well. So
say again. I could not
that
understand.
I just wanted to sit with you for some minutes. But I have also some friends here staying here, so it's a bit a full house.
Yeah,
Just wanted to say hi.
yeah.
Thank you. Um, I think you know.
Thanks, Eva. Susie.
Hello.
Hey.
There's a kind of wanting to share and I think also connect. Let's see if the words the words will come.
Mm.
I think there's a few patterns that have been kind of coming up recently, and yeah, there's there's so much noticing in there. um, and there's such a there's a couple of things I guess that come to mind is that sense of I guess there's a resistance to what's showing up, and a sense of if I could just um if I could, I don't know what the right words are, if I could just get over this, or if I could just this, and it feels very difficult to reach out in that space.
Mm. Mm.
It's such a I don't know whether it's for fear or distrust or
Mm. It is reaching out right now, though, isn't it?
yeah.
That's all that counts, Susie. It's all that counts.
Yeah. I think it's just in those situations I find it hard to, because there isn't that
Yeah.
safety or that.
So makes sense to me. Makes totally sense. So whatever that is that's reaching out right now has its own timing. So it reaches out when the space is relatively safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's far out. That's far out. So it's let's say it has learned already not to reach out in an environment where it can't be received. That's intelligence, isn't it? Yeah, it even gives a breath. Just saying that gives a breath. It's, I love it. I love it. It knows where to go to reach out. Remember, those times when it didn't know that? I mean, I know in my personal experience, when it reached out and knocked on doors that would never open, and it would just go there again and again, and it didn't know better. And now it knows better. So
I think the pattern is such a, I mean, there's just an intent, I don't know how else to describe it. There's such an intensity to this experience where it's just like the mind kicked in like a obsessed, I don't know how else to describe it, in such an intensely obsessed way. And then the sensations started that was, tripped it into a massive overwhelm. And I think just it was like it was a massive event.
yeah. Luckily, that's over now. Yeah.
Yeah, and that pattern of wanting to just to run to.
Mm. 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 It's interesting. It is a pattern in a certain way, but it's also an automatic response when the survival system kicks in. It is fight, flight, or freeze, or collapse even. So when that gets triggered, we know, I mean, people have studied it, and we know then the conscious mind is not available anymore. Everything is on total automatic. I mean, it's anyway an automatic, but then it's totally an automatic. There's no way out. The whole system is in survival mode and tries to get away or fights or freezes. So there's nothing one can do. The only thing, maybe after or maybe even during, is recognizing that the system is in survival mode and it's on automatic. There's no right or wrong in there. You haven't done anything wrong. It's just what it needs to do then. Yeah, and now we are here. Now we're letting it release. Yes. Yeah. Now it's safe enough so that it can release all those chemicals that are still sitting in the system. How lucky is yeah. Ah. And there again, I just like to acknowledge the system knows where to go. It comes to us. It comes to us. It's
such a gratitude for this space.
yeah, see, there you go. That's when the releasing is happening. It's so beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, it's kind of felt quite hard to, well, I've just felt my system being in that kind of hovering space.
And
Yep.
totally understand.
Yeah, it feels like it's so massive to,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's been amazing to see how much it's touched this, yeah, how much is being touched, or just what it's, yeah, what's coming through in the mind.
Yeah. I mean, if it's an old friend, if it's an old pattern inherited or even from this lifetime, it's whenever it's possible, and I'm just speaking from my own experience, it's really, really cool to disconnect the sensations from the mind, from the thoughts, from the stories, and really strongly, strongly, strongly not engaging in the stories. So that you're just with the sensations. And it's quite a magic that happens when, whenever those thoughts and those stories come towards you, consciously to say, no, I'm not engaging here. I am just taking care about the nervous system. It is triggered by something, and actually there is no real danger around right now. I mean, you got to check that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different than, when there's an acute danger in a way. And the system goes into fight flight mode. That's a totally different thing. These are kind of what I'm hearing. This is kind of something from who knows when, gets triggered through a situation, whatever it is, family, friends, work, wherever you find it. Sometimes even just with yourself, being alone in the room. You don't know where it comes from. But if you can not bite into the stories, it's magic. Again, I'm speaking just from my own experience. I've done that. When those stories would come and try convince me of their righteousness, I would say, no, I'm not listening. I'm here for this. I'm not listening. It's a bit of a trip at first, but then all of a sudden, wow, you can be present and you can just let it do its thing. Yeah, just like this. It quietens.
Yeah, I just haven't had that. I haven't had that experience for a while, and it just kind of through me.
Yeah. Yep. There's always a better challenge. I know it's terrible to say that, but just when you think, oh, I got it, I'm so good now. Then, it comes through the background. It's like, what? And then again, you know,
Yeah.
just, it's cool. It loops a little, you know, it goes
Yeah.
there, we can notice, and then
Mm.
it's also very quickly here present again.
Mm.
So it's kind of little loops only.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much your system has learned already.
Yeah.
So you can really say, wow,
Yeah. Yeah.
wow. Yeah. This came out of the blue. Who knows, you know? Yeah. And now there's unwinding.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Nice to feel how it just,
Yeah.
oh, and then it clicks,
Mm.
it clicks in, and here you are.
Mm. Yeah, it's like it forgets and gets hooked, and then it tries to intellectualize getting back into that space. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Doesn't work like that.
No.
Just does not work like that.
Mm.
You know, it gets hooked because it's so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
What it needs then is, I mean, sometimes it can do it by itself, or it needs some time. Or, you know, when it sits with another nervous system that is calm and that knows about this, you know, then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay. So then it slowly, it slows down. It's so quick.
Mm.
Somebody once said, um, it is so fast, like as if when a tsunami comes and you want to stop it with a water pistol.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't have a chance. It is
Yeah.
so powerful. It's so powerful for all of us. I mean, you see that. We speak about that all the time. It is so powerful. So there again, it's no, you haven't done anything wrong. You haven't, you know, made a mistake. It is like that for all of us. When these unresolved triggers or traumas or you know, things kick in out of the blue, pretty much nearly impossible to stay clear and even conscious.
Yeah.
It's like knocks you out in a certain way. You don't even know where you were when you come back. It's like, what the heck was that?
Yeah, it felt like a real like a total, like I don't know how to just, it was just like a total numbing out where I just yeah, I couldn't even focus. It was just like, whew. And I think it was just such a wanting to reach out, but such a, yeah, like, like when there's an overwhelmed system, I feel like it can, for people that it can overwhelm them. I just don't know how else to describe that. Yeah. So there's a, like, kind of what you were touching on before, that sense of knowing where to go, or knowing those spaces where there is that intelligence and that safety. Yeah, it's just yeah, it's just, yeah. Because it just feels like there's so many overwhelmed systems out there.
Oh, it's kind of most of the people on the planet.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I mean, just in normal life, so-called normal life, so much overwhelm, and then, look, there's war, and then there's another country that's war, and then there are people that lost everything, and I mean, it's just livelihood. Wow, then some people are sick, somebody is scared of dying, just name it, losing their jobs, or the house, or just because they have inherited so much trauma and don't even know why they are overwhelmed. Just everything around the corner in the neighborhood. And then also most of us don't even have a clue. We are pretty lucky that we have explored so much, and also having learned about the nervous system, having learned how it functions, and how we can reach out to each other. That is pretty awesome. How we can be present for each other. That is, there are lots of people now on the planet that also have this capacity, but still, we're just starting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's also, sorry, you go.
We are doing amazing. You are doing amazing, Susie. You are doing amazing. Yeah. It's just that again and again and again, having an idea that it will never happen again is a joke.
Yeah.
Because we have no clue. We know that we can reach out to each other so that our system starts settling again, and you come home to who you are and to what you know, and then you start all over again. That seems to be our job, if there is something like a job. And I know, there's nothing more beautiful than that.
Yeah.
The moment the system settles again, comes back home into itself.
Yeah.
You're ready for the next.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been good to see that like when it's not in that space and it's in that other space, like it's just I don't know how else, like, a chaos if I can't.
That's how it is. It's hell.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's sometimes, yeah, because you're in that, because you're because you're in that space.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Nothing else exists, huh? Than
yeah,
just that. Mm.
yeah,
Mm. Until it does.
yeah,
Mm. And I mean, yeah, can just speak again for myself. You know, I'm just focusing on when there's awareness, those moments where there's no awareness, or when it's lost in the turmoil or in the automatic responses. So what? So what? I'm focusing on those moments where it's right here.
yeah,
Gosh, and there's quite a lot of those moments.
mm,
Far out
mm,
how many moments there actually are of
mm.
just being in awe of this moment. And I know you have that too.
It feels very. It feels good to have that articulated back to me.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah. Yes, thank you for inviting me to speak it. Otherwise I wouldn't.
Mm,
Yeah. It's very important for all of us actually to hear that.
yeah,
How well we are actually doing. Each of us. What we have learned just from a year ago, or just go even further back. So far out. Remember just 10 years ago? Oh gosh. Yeah.
yes.
So much learning. So
Mm,
much learning. So
yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
we are definitely harvesting the fruit
mm,
of all the work we've done.
mm.
Here and there are some yummies.
Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Yes, sometimes I think it just that free fall touches such a deep fear of, yeah, and like that kind of letting go and hands off kind of just can spin it into a bit of a, but at other times, it's, yeah.
I mean, there also the joke is we are in free fall all the time.
Yeah.
It's just, the body system contracts with it or it doesn't, isn't it? And it's very lucky when it doesn't contract. It's like, oh. You know that comic? There was once somebody painted some comic, and he said on the first picture was written "man falling into bottomless pit," and the man was falling like this, and then the next picture was 1 week later, and the picture was still falling. It's in a way like that, and you can't. Some people say you have a choice. Well, I have not found that I have a choice. It's just by grace that all of a sudden it relaxes or it doesn't. And then you
Yeah.
trying to hold on. So it's just lucky when we find ourselves here again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again and again and
Mm.
again and again, again and again.
Mm.
And something grows. Something grows into something, call it healthier or more easier. Let's say it like that. That's also my personal experience. Far out things that would have freaked out my nervous system or triggered something here in this
Mm.
body system. All of a sudden it doesn't. And I don't even
Mm.
know why, how. I mean, I could say, oh, because I'm so lucky and can spend time in this kind of space. Maybe that's it. Because here it is just always everything is well. Here's everything. It's okay. So the more time it spends in this kind of space, the easier life gets. That's, but if that is true, I also don't know. But I could say, that makes sense. It learns so much in this sense, in this space where it feels, it could say safe, but it's more for my personal system, the space that's kind of balanced, that has no judgments, where it's invited to just be. Oh, that is for this system the best medicine for anything.
Mm.
Then it comes out. It's only then that it comes out to play and explore. And what's this? Introduce a bit of judgment or a bit of unease or just an idea how it should or could be.
Yes.
It puts. So, and it knows that by now. It really knows. It has learned that. So it is keen to create an environment like this. It's very keen. It's very, very, very keen, because there it can thrive. That's the only space where it can thrive. All the other spaces are so painful. Here it learns the best.
Yeah, it's amazing how, I mean, it's more and more, it's just felt like when I step out of that space, and it could be like, I mean, 20 times, it could be so many times a day. It
Yes.
just feels like, it's like the intensity or that kind of suffering is just like, wow, it's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that's just because I've noticed there's more awareness there now, or it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because there's more awareness. Yeah. It recognizes that it's actually an unhealthy space where it lives, or where it has lived most of its
life. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. See, what I've also noticed, again in my own experience, is at one point it starts inviting this kind of space with whoever is in front, wherever it finds itself. At first it was like, wow, it's nowhere, and very, very frustrating and very painful. And then all of a sudden, okay, let's just see. Wherever it goes, is it possible to invite the environment into this? So I'm very curious.
The play. Yeah.
Yes,
Mm,
he is. And I'm sure it's happening already in some places.
yeah. Mm,
Yeah. Yes. And that will grow.
mm,
It's like, you know, with interest, isn't it? It's like, oh, this is actually what I am, or the system, or whatever is interested in. And it's like, okay, how about here? I mean, this is a hell realm here, but let's see. Let's see if I can tickle that, if I can, those people or whatever is in there in that space, can I just introduce something else?
mm,
And how do I go about it?
mm,
That's the next step.
yeah.
Mm. That's fun. Might be a bit frustrating at first, but then when you succeed, when you see, oh, wow, they picked somebody out, you know, like a person that has never experienced something like that, maybe, but you notice
Mm,
when it notices, you notice that immediately.
mm, mm.
It's the best. It's the best.
Mm. Yeah, I look forward to that exploration.
Exactly.
Mm, mm.
Yes.
Yeah, it touches at such a deep hearty. Mm,
Yeah. But it touches also that what we're actually here for. It's just, you know, there weren't too many people around, if at all, anybody that could reflect that to us.
yeah.
It's just what we're doing now. Now it's just really clear. This is what we're here for. That's why we meet. That's why we
Mm,
meet.
mm,
This is what we're here for. This is how we want to live. This is the only, I mean, maybe there's even something better, but this is the next step in our evolution that we know is that works for everybody, can work for everybody. Far out. Just imagine if just that, what is happening between us, a whole village like this. Just imagine. Oh, and then a whole city like that, and then a whole country like that, and then a whole earth,
mm,
and the whole universe. And then knowing that that is just the beginning. So there's even, it can go even further. We can't even imagine yet. Yeah. But we have had experiences of, wow,
mm.
it is possible to live in a way that, for me, the word healthy comes. That is healthy.
Oh, it's very beautiful. It's quite touching.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, like, the mind goes, I can't even imagine that. Like, it's, on that level. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. The mind can't yet.
Mm,
And something else knows
no.
because you feel it. You feel it.
Yeah.
You know it. I can see that. I can see it in
Yeah.
your whole being.
Yeah. It's just like,
Yeah. Yes. It's beautiful, Susie. I love feeling you.
It's like it's been waiting for this for like eternity.
Absolutely. For eternity. Yes. Mm.
Hmm. It's yeah. It's hard to put into words.
Oh, we can see and we can feel. Mm. Everybody is actually hungry for this. It's actually everybody.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing more beautiful actually.
No.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. And uh, yeah, feel like your words resonate now. It's like all of it is worth it just to have that one moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mm. Mm.
Mm. And then it fills up. Huh? Can you feel it? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels full.
Alive.
No, yeah, that was the word. Mm. Mm. Yeah, such a it reminds me of like those bodhisattvas that make that commitment to like for for their lifetimes to bring that into into existence and that
Exactly. Exactly. Mm.
Mm. It's not where I imagined.
Say
No,
again.
it's not where I imagined this.
No,
Yeah.
you can't. That's
Oh yeah.
also part of it, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have no idea, but actually you do. Actually you
Yeah.
do. This is why we
It is.
meet.
Yeah.
This is why we meet. This is why whatever reaches out is reaching out
Yeah.
to get
Mm.
exactly here to the
Yes.
point.
Mm.
Yes. Yeah, that's all it wants.
Mm.
Through all the confusion, through all those layers, it's just this is where it wants to be.
It wants to be. Mm. 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 Yeah, the body is such a weird um addition. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, and all that comes with that humanness, that human experience.
Yeah. And then there's also something, again, something different to this human experience, because we see that too, that human experience can be totally different. It can be like this.
Yeah,
It can be
yeah,
totally full, all-inclusive. It doesn't have to focus just on itself as a separate being. It can get a sense of,
all of that.
yeah, all connectedness, of a unified field, and it still knows its personal boundaries. You know, it still knows, oh, this is where this body starts and where it ends, but it is totally connected. So that is also possible.
Possible. Okay.
Right now it is. Why should it go anywhere else? If it learns how to release old traumas, for example, old patterns. Yeah. At least, you know, it might, in our field anyway, it might have more access to more other beings that know how to settle the system again. You know, if they are all freaked out around us, it's very, very, very difficult. It's very difficult to calm down, but just needs one other that knows this, and it will calm.
I think it just feels that sometimes that, yeah, in certain situations that isn't there on a physical level. That makes sense. So if, yeah, there's a surviving in that space, but sometimes if it isn't caught in time, there's a
Yes, I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, just speaking from my own experience, even there has been a learning situation where this system would freak out and would not have time to even take a breath, where it doesn't freak out anymore.
Yeah.
Because it has learned something. Because it has learned to slow down, because it has learned that quite often the situation doesn't have anything to do with what's going on here. I mean, just so many different factors. It has learned that actually all is well, only always. It has learned that. So many learnings. So many learnings. Could write a book about it.
You should write a book about it.
I leave that to you, Susie.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that seed is there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Meike. It's just that
Such a pleasure.
I can see why people say they kiss the feet of, like their
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that also in my own experience. It's just so wonderful to
Yeah.
thank yourself through another. I totally get that. Love, love.
Yeah, that's a love.
Yeah, train.
Hi.
Hi.
Change the view. Wait a second. Yeah. Okay. Hey. Yeah. I saw the video of your inquiry with Andrea, and yeah, I liked it that yeah, how she could relax and how it yeah. Hmm. It's and then I thought, well, let me try how this expression wants to yeah, what might come up in this field, because it's always like, well, how is the invitation, what is and it's of course also a lot of questions for me
Yeah.
around the whole thing of connecting, and there are so many angles to view from.
Yes. Yeah.
It's really interesting, and yeah, and it's very beautiful with Andrea. I mean, we really have a beautiful meeting, and then at the same time, or in that, there's these moments where yeah, it's difficult to connect, or difficult to I don't know, you know, I don't want to make it a problem, actually, because it's just the way it is, and that's how life is. This is life. I mean, this is my life, and I like it the way. And still there are questions sometimes, like I'd like, we have this beautiful relationship, and I love to have like a tribe. I have more people around and connect with more people, and it's not an idea or something. It's just as soon as there is a setting where this is possible, it's the energy flows like that. And it's again and again, it's a bit difficult to see what it makes in her, or what happens in her, which is absolutely not my my wish. I would love it like it's no idea at all about around leaving her or being dissatisfied or something. It's more like, how can I, or not just I, but how can there be a tribe to really live in a beautiful way and connect with each other? And it's yeah, and it just comes up again and again. It just shows itself. I can't ignore it in a way.
So when I have a question, when you say tribe, that there's a, what exactly do you mean by that?
Well, like, you know, we just joined, luckily we found a group of people who meet every second month, and they explore about their love life. It's a group that exists for a while already, and we've been there once by now, and I enjoyed very much sharing with men, with women in an honest way.
Yeah.
What's what it means for us, and it's so interesting. Like it's this men's circle, like it's a self-organized group. There's no leader or something, which I
Yeah.
also like very much, because it's
Mm.
for me, that's the future. We all know so much already.
Yeah.
And then to see that every man has a completely different story around relating, and it's so interesting. And yeah, I love to explore around this. And then we had rent a house, and we spent 2 days there, and it's just we slept there, we cooked there together, and it's just like this being together in a beautiful way, in a well-wishing, well-meaning way. This is the kind of thing I doesn't necessarily mean to move together. I actually don't see that, but to be with each other in a beautiful way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it happens again and again, and I would love to have even more of it. And it's yeah, this is another question that pops up. I mean, I love cuddling, and I can have it for hours, and it never feels like it's too much. And I just love it. And it's, yeah, sometimes I wonder, is there maybe a mother topic or something? And it probably there is. And yeah, I don't know. It's one angle or one way to look at it, I guess. And also there are different angles. Like in another way, it feels like a completely natural way, how it's meant to live as a human being. It looks to me like this is how we are made up, and it's like in the retreats that like have a place where you can cuddle, and like it was in the front always. Like this is the way, and it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
And it's not personal in a way. Of course it is in another way, but if one person leaves beside you, there's another hand or another body, and it's also not like, it doesn't feel like not appreciate someone, but it's not the one and only, and now we have to marry or we have to whatever, but it's just, let's look at each other, let's hug, let's like meet, and what way on, or how it wants to flow. And it feels not easy to connect in this with others. I mean, it's easy when it's happening by itself, but it's not easy to find a frame on which it's fine for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. It's, we all have different upbringings, and we all have different tolerances for our body.
It's mostly crap, the upbringing. I mean,
all the insecure attachment stories. It's not easy. It's not easy for a lot of us, and for some of us, it seems like for you it is easy. So, but you're having a partner in Andrea where something gets triggered in her system through that, so yeah, what to do with that? It's not easy. It's not easy. and for you, I have no clue if it's if your system is in need of cuddling, or if it's also easy if it doesn't have it, you know.
It's
I
a funny
can't.
thing. Yeah, maybe I'd like to talk a bit about it. It's a funny thing. I mean, on the one hand, I mean, I can take a cushion in front of my heart, and it also works in a way. It's funny, huh?
Yeah.
But it's, of course, it's a different thing also. But if I feel like a longing in my heart, it's a cushion is fine also. And when I'm when
That's
I'm
true.
when I'm working in a way, it's I'm working. You know, I'm when I'm building something, I don't think about cuddling. Of course, I'm kind of single-minded in that.
Yeah.
My attention is completely somewhere else, and I don't think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. I mean, it sounds like for you it's easy. It's just that you are with somebody in a, sounds like a relationship or whatever you want to call what you are. You know, it's
yeah, I mean, I'm not about.
where it's tricky, where the other has difficulties with that. And not because she's unaware or not because she's not conscious. No, she's a very conscious, clear being, and she would love to have it differently, but it touches her.
Yeah.
It touches something that upsets her system terribly. So that's the situation. That's where you find each other, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it sounds like you're beautiful with each other in it. I mean, what I heard from her.
Yeah, it's
like
that. Yeah.
So it's a journey. So there's no right or wrong in it, as I can see. It's just you find yourself with that system that you find yourself with. And then how do you take care? How do you how do you go together, maybe hand in hand with it, or take more space? Or, there's no recipe, there's no formula.
No,
As you can see.
I'm totally happy to be in this together. I mean, I really don't mind. The only thing is sometimes it feels like how can I move?
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like oops, oh okay.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's not easy. It's and I'm not sure if there is a one answer to it.
Probably not.
Probably not. There also it's kind of, how can we move together and honor each other's nervous systems? One nervous system that really wants to go for this, and the other that really doesn't want to, and how can we bridge it so that we're still at least friends in it? It's a journey.
It never feels like not being friends anymore, or like
out.
not at all. I mean, it's just like okay, we have like we have touched a space where it's difficult to navigate. It's just how it is. I mean, you can't. I mean,
exactly. Might be to the last breath.
Yeah,
like
probably. I don't think these patterns they can become more clear, and you can see them more clearly, and maybe they still have their impact on the nervous system, and it might probably will stay like that. And at the same time, my hope is that we are easy. We can see it more clearly, and yeah, and
yeah. I mean, there are some things you can play with. you know, you can be together with, you know, because you are such conscious beings, both of you. So, I mean, you will find it out. You will find that out, because, you know, you know, everything I would suggest would just, you would play something that's actually not yours.
Mm.
But, you know, for my system, it is nice when the other one knows, oh, wow, something is going on for you. And I can say, oh, it's really important for me to do this. So, you know, how can we both get what we need? How can we both, without giving up our life in a certain way?
Mm.
So how can we?
Yeah, it's not about compromising in a way. It's just
No.
like it's being honest with both of us. Really
Yes.
be really honest and really yeah, if whatever happens and then we it's
And
not about
yeah,
changing that or not expressing or whatever.
and holding hands at the same time. Yeah, that's the thing. Because I mean, I know in my own experience, if that holding hands gets interrupted, that's when the pain really comes. That's when it seems like one is gone, you know,
Yeah.
when you go into the trauma vortex in a certain way.
Yeah.
That is the worst that can actually happen. Then one doesn't know anymore where to move and what to go. Then there's a split.
Mhm.
And it's tricky because, you know, that can happen. We just talked when Susie and I talked, she shared, you know, how quick that happens when you go into that spiral and wow, it's just so fast. So, you know, that, okay, what happens, but at the same time, how slowly, if there's an interest in that, bringing those patterns home, how slowly can we move and not losing it, to not lose each other in the whole process.
Yeah, this is actually a question with like the perception is so different.
Exactly.
It is so amazing. Like
Absolutely amazingly
one
different.
question or one remark and something. I think I really try to ask and but the simple. Yeah, it's just it's so quick sometimes.
Yes, it is. And the only thing I can see that helps, that's not the intellect, it's the felt sense. It's not, you know, what you say or what it's like, can you feel me underneath everything? Are you there underneath everything you do? Can I feel you there? Or can we feel each other there? So that we know, doesn't matter actually, but deep, deep, deep down, I know where you are. That, I mean, that is rare, I tell you. It's absolutely rare, but very curious and interesting to my system. It's like, wow, to move with someone and maybe a partner, you know, or a friend, doesn't matter, man, woman, whatever. And you feel each other so deeply that, you kind of swing through life in a way.
Yeah, I mean, this is in a way, this is the base for everything else. I mean, like we don't, luckily we don't take it very serious in a way. I mean, it happens. The feelings happen, the thoughts, the program sometimes is running, and at the same time we really don't take it too seriously. I mean, it's just like it is, and okay. Yeah, sometimes I really feel a bit like I would like to move more freely, or
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. And you don't want that she is hurting.
yeah.
it's terrible. I mean, it's nothing more terrible. You know, it's like nearly in every partnership or relationship or whatever you want to call that, that's what's happening so very quickly. So it's a journey, you know. One would like to explore and the other one is really scared there, or the other way, you know, there might be aspects on both sides.
Different aspects of life. It's a different story,
Yes.
of course.
Yeah. And then again, you know, it's like, how important is that person for me? Or, you know, how important is not the right word. It's more, is it interesting to me that I'm kind of with my partner in a way that I can still explore and do how I would like it, and have her or him by my side and not lose him or her. So I'm still in contact and I can move backwards and forwards. So at first it might be that I can't just go and do what I really want to do. So I kind of like to stay in contact here, but I also need to move, you know, so that it doesn't feel like prison. So kind of stretching slowly.
It's a funny thing because, like, all these ideas about like sharing and talking about borders or limits, and you know, it's all in a way theoretical.
Yes,
I mean, it's good to do it, and at the same time it can always change. I mean, you never know. Life is life. I mean, it's
there again, you know, it's what I can see and how it's for me personally. It's not about the talking, it's about the felt sense. The talking, oh my gosh, how often have we have so beautiful ideas, but then when we put it into practice, we are not in touch with that which is actually underneath. So if there's been a trauma in the system, early attachment story where the system has not gotten what it needed, it will get touched. And the most beautiful is, at least in my experience, having a partner that knows that, and then we can pendulate, then we can just go together in a way that the trigger is not so explosive. But it is difficult. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it is
it feels like the pendulum goes easier because you have been on the one side and you have been on the other side, and you have the more often this happens, you just know the thing. I mean, it's you at some point you need not take it too seriously. It's just like it happens. The feelings are there, but at the same time, it's not the question to like you react.
But that's only possible, at least again in my experience, when the system is calm. Then we can have a conversation like that. But the moment there is a little bit of a trigger, it is not possible to have a conversation like this. You know, if you tell the other, then let's not take it so seriously.
Yeah, of course.
Not possible. So
no, it's not just that I tell her not to take it serious, but that she herself realizes that I'm not leaving her, and I'm not that she relaxes herself into whatever is happening, and I don't have to. It's not my thing to tell her something. We be together. We realize what is like we can watch more easily what is playing. And that's also interesting. Sometimes I really I'm very interested in finding out because sometimes I'm not clear about my motives. It's funny.
What not
What
sure
is
what
it?
I'm understanding. What's your motive in
Yeah, what?
going traveling or
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what?
something?
It's
Yeah,
it's so it's so endless. I mean, it's not in a way endless that's threatening or difficult, but it's like an endless well of relaxation and pleasure. And it's true. I mean, it's for everyone, it's probably different.
yeah,
For
yeah.
her, it's
Some
different.
people resource through that, and others don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, for her,
Yeah,
for sure, it's much less.
yeah, yeah. So that might be interesting for you if the motivation is that your system resources through that, then there's a gift for you too. Definitely. Then there's something maybe worthwhile to explore. Maybe not, maybe it's just absolutely natural to you and that's your interest and you want to go for it, and then it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It feels like that at least, and I mean,
yeah.
it's funny. I mean, it's not. There's really no goal. It just happens. I mean, when I go dancing, for example, and I just feel where there's a response, and then just that's where the energy goes, and it goes pretty fast and pretty strong. And
Yeah.
there's not much. I mean, there's certain boundaries, of course. I mean, I don't sleep with another woman, but it's very. I mean, I don't have much other limits. I mean, the energy-wise, it's just flowing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you. I don't find that there's any wrong or right in there. It's just interesting that you find yourself with a partner who doesn't have that.
Yes. But
I mean, that's the joke in itself, isn't it?
yeah, life is a joke in a way. I mean, it really.
And it might come to peace between you, not between, but in your systems, and it might not. It might not. I mean, I have had experience where I had to remove myself because certain things were just not. I had to honor my system, and that was the gift out of it.
Yeah, of
That
course.
was the gift. Just for my personal system, it was like, whoa, I will not tell my partner not to do it, but I need to honor my personal system here, and I have to remove myself. So that was the healing for my personal system, and not making him wrong, or coming out of that emotional loop.
Yeah.
Just coming into clarity here, say, wow, actually my system, it's not good for it to, it's just not good for the system to do this. And also, you can go have reasons or whatever, can say it's not interested or whatever, but for me it was more, wow, to stay there is unhealthy for this body system. So it might go there for the two of you, but maybe not. Maybe,
I hope not.
I hear you. I hear you. I also thought, oh my God, tried everything, tried everything. The body system here sold its soul just to not have to really look after itself.
It doesn't work.
No, it does not work. That's the thing. It does not work in the end. So it has to take care about itself somehow, however, and then, yeah.
I mean, it's. I mean, every couple and every two people and every one person, it's all unique in a way, and it's all and
Absolutely.
the like we didn't choose each other.
No.
We just it just happened, and
Yeah.
it's not explainable, and it was not, yeah. But I feel it's so precious to be with her and to
Yeah.
have this journey together.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's
Yes. Yeah, I totally hear you.
it's not about I need this or that, and I'm gonna do it, and I don't care or something. Not at all.
Mm.
It's just finding
No.
out how can we move
How can you
together.
move with all of those, with these totally different systems? You know, just a feminine system and a masculine system already. It's like, oh my God, they are like, yeah, night and day. They're like
In a
night and
way,
day,
yes.
totally different chemicals, and oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
attracted to each other.
I mean, it's funny because on the one hand, yeah, of course there are elements totally different, and on the other hand, I wonder sometimes. I wonder. I feel very at ease with women, like, and not the way as a man, but like just sharing. I love it.
Mm. Mm. Yeah,
Uh,
I hear you. How wonderful. What a gift
yeah,
for you.
like,
It's just, having a partner that has contracts when when you go off with another woman. Then that's,
yeah, it's I love group spaces where
yeah.
it's not like I have an appointment with someone one to one. And
Mm.
that's a different thing, which is yeah, still not really clear. But I love these group spaces where you just meet and there's no such a significance. It's just yeah, a floating, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. And you have a partner that hurts when that is happening for her. Something happens in her system that, and again, I'm not speaking right or wrong, but that's just a fact. That is a fact. So yeah.
It's not gonna be boring.
I'm wishing you
It's-
all the best with that.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. And yeah, to have this being how to say, being resting like that. It's of course always like, it's a play. We're playing,
Mm.
and there's no, I don't see any like it's not serious in a way, it's
Mm.
it's this journey, and we can
Mm.
enjoy, and we know, I mean we don't know anything, of course, but it's a way, it's a different perspective on everything, like, and also of course like this area.
Yes and no. Yes and no. You know, there are all these different perspectives or layers or aspects, whatever you want to call that. There's not just that one aspect. You know, when you have a child, for example, you know, when it has hurt itself and it's hungry on top of it, and it feels all alone and it's very freaked out, you can't tell it, oh, it's not serious.
Of course, yeah.
You gotta pick it up, you gotta clean its wounds, you gotta hold it in your arms, you have to make clear and sure that it's safe now, that you're there. You know, it's like that is just an aspect. And then later, when everything is really fine and solidly safe and
Yes.
sound,
Yes.
then you wouldn't even say that it shouldn't be so serious. Then it is not serious.
Yeah,
You
exactly. That's what I mean. I mean, it's not about telling someone.
no,
Yeah.
it's like
Mm.
if not everything comes together,
Yeah.
it is serious. It's a funny thing. It's like it has to come to that place where
yeah,
it is home.
yeah,
You
home.
know?
Yeah, that's a funny thing that is happening for me with cuddling. That the whole personal system, the whole thing it goes off
Yeah.
totally relaxed and at peace,
Okay.
and then the channel is totally open, and even more than, even if I say everything is fine and I really feel it, it's one level deeper on the whole
Okay.
system.
Okay, I hear you. So what do you want with Andrea then?
I mean, what do I want? I mean,
Why are you with Andrea?
I don't know. It's just like that. You know this song, "Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone"?
Yes.
It's just like, it's okay, but if the sun shines, it's even better.
So yeah, but there's a paradox. I mean, I'm hearing a
Yes.
paradox. I'm hearing a paradox because you say when you go to those cuddle places, that's actually where you feel at home. Do I hear that? Right?
Yeah.
That's okay. So do you have that when you're with Andrea?
Yes, also, but she doesn't like it so often. I mean, it's just,
Okay.
and it's even more, it's much more, of course. It's not only cuddling, it's just like this journey we are on together is already so I don't know, I can't explain. I just enjoy to share with her, like in the morning, in the evening, when we meet, just being around, talking.
Can I ask another question?
Yes, please.
What happens in you when it hurts her system when you go cuddling in those groups?
Oh, in these groups, it's basically okay for her in the meantime.
No. What happens in you?
In me?
When it hurts in her?
Yeah, okay. That's yeah. Then I think I kind of stop my movement.
Yeah.
And I try to find out I mean, I try to connect to her, and I try to be with her, and when it takes the time it takes to find together. And it sometimes it goes amazingly fast in the meantime. It's just like half an hour, maybe. Sometimes it's 2 days. Like, well, it's not constantly, but it pops up again and again, like sometimes. And then like in the moment.
What happens in you?
In
What
me,
happens?
yeah, I have it right now. It happened that I met someone, and I usually don't exchange numbers when I go for a dance. And this time I had the feeling, wow, this was intense, and maybe this it's an interesting connection. And so we did, and I talked, I phoned with her, and then I decided I check in with Andrea if it's okay for her to meet this person, and that was the last time the freak out happened, and then I like stop in a way. On a practical level, I don't move anymore, and it's okay, and at the same time it feels a bit like it's okay. I mean, it's I'm not in love with this person. I mean, it's just like it would be, maybe it would be a cuddle partner, or maybe we would enjoy talking as well. I mean, I don't know. There's space in my life for this kind of thing. And if not, okay.
Yeah, I do hear you. It's just interesting
So I
that
didn't
you, of
move.
course, with a partner that for whom it's not really interesting. Actually, it doesn't seem like, now we would have to. Oh, you just froze. Is it? No, it's not me frozen. Not sure if you still can hear me. Okay, frozen. Let's go back to gallery. It's such an interesting subject, huh? Most of us have experience with that, and look at that. Let's just for one second, let's just because it's such an interesting subject. It can go so quickly into right, wrong, or
oh, Meike, I just must say how beautiful it is to listen to it. And what I like speaking you so beautifully is this paradox. We can't just say, let's not take it so seriously. It is the paradox of the human and the big space all as well. But we had to live both, and exactly as you say, all the little nuances had to be met. It is so beautiful.
That's how it is for us, but then you can see it's not for all of us like that. Huh? It's some of us it is, and for others don't actually really see it like that. So there we go. It's nice if we find one person, maybe one person in this life that has a similar interest or even the same. Wow, that is amazing. But quite often we find ourselves with somebody where it's just the opposite, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes. Tell me. Tell me.
I'm just speaking how it is for my system. For my system, it's very, very interesting to tune in, to feel, like you would be the perfect partner for me, Judith.
Perhaps we must consider.
But it's just
I know exactly what you mean. And I'm also interested, what is this moving out in Yatrin, that moving out to somehow, and I also hear it when the heart is full, and the heart is full, it's overflowing. Yeah, he
then
shared
you feel
that.
at home, you
Yeah,
know.
so it is a
it's very
resource.
attractive.
Yeah,
Then
it's a
yes,
resource.
it's a resource. It's very attractive when you feel at home there. Of course, that's where you want to go and want to take your beloved too. So it's a huge conflict. It's a huge conflict. It's like how, you know, can one go for what one really loves, and even if it's a resource, doesn't matter. And even invite your beloved, and then your beloved doesn't want to come. So, you know, that it is a story. It's, you know, how to deal with that. I mean, phew, huh?
Yeah. And also not imprison each other in this freedom that we are. So how can you give space or be space, and as you said, taking care for the truth here.
Yes.
Both,
exactly.
again.
Yeah. If that is our interest, huh?
Yeah. It's complex. And also what I is Yatrin back? Then you
no,
can
he's not back. But
he's
Ellen
not
also
yet
had something
to say.
She wanted to put in there. Ellen, put it in.
I was just feeling, but I also can see that there is so much information there are so many layers in this whole topic, you can say, you know. Wow, it's just from even like from generations, you can say, all this taboos about it and how to deal with it. And so it's so huge, it's so amazing.
Yes.
And that was just what Judith was saying. That's why it's so beautiful that you were saying, like it's not to take it serious, but there is so much information in it. It's so
exactly.
It's
nice when you come to that point where it's serious, and sometimes that might happen, but you know, mostly you're not just right there from the beginning. Most of us, anyway. It's not for all of us, maybe, but for most of us.
And it was also interesting. Yeah, it's a pity that Jaten is not here now, but he will listen.
But he can listen later.
Yeah, because when you were asking him, like, and how is it for you, what like to see like what is happening in his system when there is, of course, a reaction on the other side, because I'm in the same packet sometimes with Martijn, I can say, just so I can speak for myself, like wow, it also does so much in my system, like because you were talking like to feel the other and and I can feel Martijn very deeply in my bones, but sometimes it has such a big impact on my system, like that I even don't feel anymore where my system is, or something like that. Maybe you understand what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's really like, phew. So in a way, I really want to totally feel him and what is going on or what is underneath, but in a way I don't want, because then I cannot feel my own system anymore. It has such an impact.
Yeah.
And it's such a how to move in that, and how to find the middle in that. It's
it's a journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I mean, how so nice if you have a partner when you can go together with that, because you will touch each other's deepest pains. I'm pretty sure all of us have experienced that in relating with a beloved. It's just one of those things that happens for sure. That happens for sure. that you touch exactly those aspects that have never seen the light yet.
Yeah, because there was also a meeting with Isaac, and Isaac was also talking, it was about relating, and then touched me very much what he said about it. Like, what is it relating, you know? What is a relationship like? That you have expectations, or you know, it's I don't know what I want to say.
I mean, relationships normally, let's say
Yeah.
normally, you make a deal very
Yeah,
quickly,
yeah,
and mostly unconsciously. You know, systems hook into each other, and then you have to satisfy my needs, and for that I satisfy your needs, and therefore you don't go anywhere, and then I satisfy that. But otherwise, if you don't do it like this, then I will not give you this. And it's a bargain. It's very, very often quickly an unconscious bargain that you have with each other. And then you find, oh my gosh, then you find each other in a situation that you quickly can't see your beloved anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
All of a sudden your beloved becomes your enemy in a way. It's like, what the heck, who are you? I didn't, and you hurt each other. That's how it seems.
Yeah.
So to come out of that, wow, there he's back. That's nice. We're still on the subject, Train. It's very inspiring to all of us. So it's that's how relationships normally go. And it is because we jump out of our skin. No? We are not really at home here. Because that's
also all these
the thing.
expectations, all this, there are so many, in a way, there are so many expectations, or longings, you can say, or, and it's, I mean,
and you want the other to satisfy those longings. And good luck with that, huh? Good luck.
Yeah, if there's a longing for cuddling, you can say, and it's not, I mean, and then you're standing, and then, but what about your own sensations and feelings, like it's amazing subject.
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah. It's, and it's very rare that to find a system, a human system that doesn't have any triggers in relating with another one. I don't know if that is even possible anywhere, that another one with whom you are intimate, really intimate, doesn't trigger anything in the system. So good luck to all of us, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice. Right now, it's not so serious. Right now, it's not so serious, but just wait a moment, then it's very serious again. Just one little pain, and it's very serious.
Meike? Yeah, can I ask you what also interests me in your own whole exploration around this? And from my point of view, you went quite far in how you hold that all and stay connected. When was the point that you felt, or what made a difference that you on a certain point felt I had to take care for here, and I had to distance myself?
What the initiation for that?
Yeah, when was, because you also you were for a long time also with the three of you in it, and there was a holding space, But somehow a certain point came then for you that it was not
There
good
was-
anymore, or
there was at one point, my system didn't, or stepped out of compromising itself.
so
That was-
before
that
it
was-
was compromising in a way.
Yes, yes,
Aha.
yes.
Aha.
It compromised itself. There was fear. It was unconscious in a certain way because, you know, our lives were so, we were 24/7 together.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like, you know, stepping out for my system out of satsang, not traveling anymore. It was like my life fell apart. It
Yes,
was
of
like,
course,
you know, everything,
totally. Yeah,
everything that
it was your whole
system was
life.
living for was gone, you know.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh my God. But it was the biggest gift ever, because what it did, it took care about itself. And then it was curious. Then it became curious. So it didn't actually distance itself. It actually came just home to itself. I don't know how else to say. It started.
Yeah, I get
It
it.
started taking care about this one rather than pleasing that one.
Yeah,
And that was
the shift.
That was the shift.
Yeah.
That was the shift.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of pain and all of it in it, of course.
Yes.
Tearing, like, oh my God. But it was very clear that it actually didn't have anything to do with the other. It even didn't have to do with this. It was very clear. But here it was felt, so it needed to be taken care of here.
Yeah, clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Would
And
you
then
say, looking from now to back, would you say that it was already compromising when Isaac was with another, and you, or was it before?
Yeah, I would say we both compromised from the get-go.
Yeah.
The systems hooked into each other so quickly. But I also have to say that the gift for both of our systems, I mean, because I can't tell you how often we shook hands to say goodbye to each other. I can't tell you how often we did that in between. But it was always saying goodbye to a pattern, not to each other.
That was always clear for you.
Was all, you know, at one point, let's say, at one point it became clear that it wasn't saying goodbye to that which was real between us. It was saying goodbye to patterns that were very unhealthy in both of us. That, you know, those patterns that had hooked into each other, that took away life force in both of us. So that's been the gift.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it's still like that. Only that now we don't even know anymore what we are to each other. Then just family or something like that. I can't even say what it is. It's just family is a good word. Yeah.
Thank you, Meike. Lovely to hear you speaking. Yeah.
Yes, thanks.
Beautiful and inspiring. Thank you so much.
Elsa.
Hello.
Hi.
I know we only have a moment left, but I just wanted to connect and
With
how
pleasure.
beautiful, yeah, how beautiful it is to be here with these deep, intimate sharings. Mm. Mm. And what a joy to connect with you. Oh. Mm. Mm. I've seen a lot today during the process of these conversations and explorations, but there's no time now to go into them. It's like just the seeing, you know, just the seeing and the like, oh, hello to this. It's been so rich.
Oh, so happy to hear. And we can have, we have more meetings.
Yeah. I don't even know if they need to be spoken, like there is that too, it's like, patterns that are seen and, like how much energy do I want to give them or not? Like, like, or fears or, which actually right now that I'm here with you, is irrelevant. It's not here. It's not. And that's a delight.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. 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 Yeah.
Thanks, Elsa.
No, thank you, Meike. Thank you for having these gatherings. I'm loving it.
Yeah, me too. We'll keep going.
Yay. Yay.
So on that note, the next 2 Wednesdays is no meeting, but next Saturday I have it. Normally I do fortnightly Saturdays. So coming Saturday is a meeting, and then the Wednesday after again. So next Wednesday I can't, and then Isaac has his online celebration going. And after that, we have a meeting again. But next Saturday, I'm on.
Meike, and the timing, is it different?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we have a winter time this weekend here.
Yes, yes.
Is it 9 o'clock?
I don't know, what's it now? When
it's
do you
now
start
10.
now?
10
yes,
o'clock.
Then it will be 9 o'clock.
Ah, okay. Great.
So next time it will be 9 o'clock for the Europeans. Yeah.
Good.
And for us here, it will be 7 o'clock.
For Australians, it stays the same?
Yeah, for Western Australians, it's always the same. You are very lucky.
Yeah.
But for us in New South Wales, but we changed already. So it's 7
Ah.
o'clock here. For you, it's 4 o'clock. And for
Us.
Germany and Holland, it is 9 o'clock.
9.
And I think England will be 8 o'clock. And I'm not sure how it is in Portugal or in Spain. But anyway, you will find out. Okay, my dear beloveds. That was exciting day today. Loved it very much. Thank you all. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for deep explorations. And until we meet again. Ciao.